Lord, thank you. Namaste and welcome to Pramanic Astrology in yet another live stream. In this live stream, we are going to talk about Vimshottari Mahadasha and how to find out your Vimshottari Mahadasha. What is Vimshottari Mahadasha and how you can find those periods from your moon nakshatra. Audio is, yeah, great. Okay, so those who are watching it live, first I will explain you about dashas, and even if you didn't understand it or if you have any queries around it, put your queries in the comment section. I will read each and every comment, okay, until my camera battery dies. Okay, and I will explain you about the Vimshottari Mahadasha if you have any questions around that and around nakshatra or any questions, or just put them into the comment section and just put it once so that we'll be able to cover it quickly. And even if you're not getting the response, that's because I'm reading the comments which I have put initially. Okay, so just be patient and enjoy this session. Okay, and those who are watching it as a replay, so this will be in two parts. First, we'll talk about it, and the second will be Q&A. And if possible, you can also. Hey, hi. Yes. Hi, Joe Yang. Hi, Viresh. Hi, Harshit. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Sukanya Gorepati. Hello. So, if you're watching it replay, this will be in two parts. First, we'll discuss about this, and in the second part, we will discuss about the question answers. If you have any questions, okay. Okay, let's start. So, what is Vimshottari Mahadasha? Mahadasha is the word Maha means great. Dasha is a time period. All of us who are born in this human form or any form are going under some time period. No one who can escape this. We are constantly are under the influence of certain planets, and we are constantly influenced by certain planets, and those planets in our chart have a lot to say about how we feel in the life in that period. Okay, so more there are two most important element of any prediction or any Vedic astrology study. First is yogas, and the other one is dasha. Okay, you might have heard so many videos even on my channel. They mean nothing if you are not applying dasha to them. Okay, because dasha is, yogas give you the static potential of the chart, like what are the possibilities of the chart, and and dashas will unfold the events as to when those potentials are going to happen in one's life. So dashas are super important. Even I have made a separate video on dashas versus transit. People often give importance to transit. Yes, transit are important, but dashas are far more important than transit. That's why at the same time we are experiencing life differently. Even during this global pandemic, some of us were making money. some of us were happy with doing great things, right? And rest of us were suffering. This is all depend upon your specific chart, which dasha you're running through, and what are the planets you're running through and influenced by is very important. So don't give much importance to transit. I'm not saying they're not important, but dashas are the most important component, and transits will help you to trigger. Transits will help you to pinpoint the day, pinpoint the day of the prediction. You know, you might feel that uh, during this period you will feel in certain ways, will feel optimistic, will feel good about life, but why and which days can be triggered by the transit. Okay, so the foundation is yoga and dashas, and transits simply come in and give you what you deserve and what you already have in your chart. Okay, so yes, let's talk about them. So dashas are calculated by the moon nakshatra. First step to identify your dasha is to know your moon nakshatra. Okay, and moon nakshatra has dasha ruler. You might have heard that dasha ruler. Dasha ruler is nothing but each nakshatra has a dasha ruler, and that dasha ruler determines your first mahadasha. Okay, the sequence for the mahadasha is already fixed. So the sequence of mahadasha is sun, moon, Mars, Rahu, Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, Ketu, and Venus. So depending upon your moon nakshatra, your dasha sequence will start from any of this planet. Let's say you're born in Shravan nakshatra. So the dasha ruler for the Shravan nakshatra is moon. So you're and then after the completion of the moon dasha, you will enter into the Mars Mahadasha for 7 years, then 18 years of Rahu Mahadasha, then 16 years of Jupiter, 19 years of Saturn, and so on. Okay, so this is very important, that the sequence never changes. Only the dasha ruler will help you to uh, understand when and which planet is the first dasha in your life. Okay, so if you want to know your dasha sequence, and if you want me to calculate it for you, you can put that into the comment section. We will discuss that later. Uh, we will calculate it as well. Okay, but those who have it, we can also discuss about the other things about dasha. Okay, so this is we talked about the sequence. Next thing to look out for is there are certain steps to look out for. The balance of dasha. Balance of dasha is also important. We talked about how many years each dasha will be, right? And after that, depending upon the nakshatra pada, depending upon the charan, depending upon the nakshatra pada, your balance dasha will be calculated. What do I mean by that? Let's say you're born on second pada of Shravan nakshatra, right? So Shravan nakshatra has a range, and you're born into the second pada, which is again a range of degree for Shravan nakshatra, right? So the dasha for that is moon, which is 10 years for the complete range, but you're born into this range, so you won't have complete 10 years of dasha. You might have 6 years, 4 years, 7 years of dasha, depending upon the degrees of the moon and the remaining dasha. This is how we calculate the balance dasha. There is a formula to it. I will see if I can share this here. But all in all, the point is you get you get that you get that balance dasha from the degrees of the moon. Very important. Okay. We talked about the sequence of the dasha. We talked about the balance of dasha. Now the next point. By the way, before moving to the next question, if you're getting value from this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Okay. And 30 astrology boot camp, you can join me on that 33 days Vedic astrology boot camp. And 33 days boot camp, you will have lifetime access, and I will keep uploading videos as and when I can. So you will always have that access to the content. Okay, it is not that you will only have access to it for 33 days. It's just to make it systematic and make it day wise. I have put it in like a 33 days because 33 is a master number. I like that number. So, but if you want to learn it, you can always go and check the 33 days Vedic astrology bootcamp. Let me see if I can pull up the right. So here's that. Okay. Let me pin this. I'm just sharing that with you. Yes, this is it. Yes. So if you want to check that course, okay. So we talked about the sequence and all. Now we are going to talk about how to consider it, the how to look at the specific details about dasha. I oftentimes gets question as to I have Venus in the 11th house. I'm going to get into the Venus Mahadasha. How will be my Venus Mahadasha? And my answer is I don't know. Why I don't know? Why I say I don't know? I'll explain you why. Okay. Let me just put in here. Okay. So so let's look at the, let me share the screen and let me share the screen and let me put it this way. Okay. Share my board. Share. Okay. So here are the steps you have to follow. Okay. So the first step is identifying the moon's degree right? Let me make it fuller. And the Dasha ruler. Step 2 is balance of Dasha, right? Step 3 is how we are going to analyze this. And for that, we need to have first check the lordship from ascendant, check the planet Dasha ruler from Lagna, right? And also check the houses ruled by that planet in from the ascendant. Okay, now you also have to do it for the Dasha Lagna. What is a Dasha Lagna? We make the Dasha ruler planet as ascendant in one's chart. I'll explain you this. Okay, and next is we also analyze what is the planet, its nature and significations in context to the of the native. Okay, so let me take a screenshot of this. Okay, so first we will check all these things. Let me select this. Okay, so once you know all this, you have to repeat this from the moon as well. And once you and just write all these points down, write all the answers to these points. Okay, and once you write them down, then you will have an understanding about what exactly is going to happen in that Mahadasha. Okay, so it is a complex predictive tool, but it is the most concrete predictive tool. You cannot make predictions without Vimshottari Mahadasha. Okay, and there are different types of Mahadasha, like Yogini Mahadasha, Chara Dasha, Kala Chakra Dasha, and Ashtottari Dasha, and so many other Narayani Dasha. And there's so many other dashas which we don't even know. But you must master Vimshottari Mahadasha in order to understand the uh, fascinating predictive abilities of other dashas as well. If you miss on Vimshottari Mahadasha, you will miss that fun or miss that beauty in other Mahadashas. Okay, so I insist you to work on Vimshottari Mahadasha. Okay, and once you go ahead with this Vimshottari Mahadasha, you will oftentimes see something like this. right? You will see this as there are two planets you can see here, right? So this is called as the Antaradasha. So this is the main dasha ruler. See, this is the main dasha ruler. If you look at this, let me put in here. Okay, so first here it is Venus, right? But if you just zoom in, you will have two planetary indications. Then you will have 3, 4, 5. You can go to the 5th level, right? And here things get trickier. Even if you could manage till the third level of the Vimshottari Mahadasha, you will better more than 70% of the people who are making predictions. Okay, if you could master and could able to predict until the third dasha, Vimshottari Mahadasha, Antradasha, Pariyantradasha, Sukshma Dasha, these are the 5 levels. And if you could do it until even 3, are far more accurate than even astrologer, right? You're better than almost 50% of the people. This is not easy. 2 is also a good way to start. If you could see that and relate to it, how many planets, these 2 are the planets which will make sense to you in the analyzing the chart. Okay, okay. So these are the important things to look at. And for balance dasha, one more thing important about balance dasha is there are calculations about it. We'll check them on the chart itself. Okay, so one thing to look at this is so these are the Vimshottari Dasha period, and you will see that I've just casted the chart for right now. Okay, but you will see that the sequence is same, right? The sequence, if somebody is born right now, the sequence will be same. Venus, Sun, Moon, Mars, Rahu, Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, Ketu, and again Venus, right? But why his dasha sequence has started with Moon, not Moon, the Venus? Because his Venus, excuse me, his Moon is in Purva Falguni Nakshatra, which is, dasha ruled by Venus, right? So the person is born with Moon in the Purva Falguni Nakshatra, which is dasha ruled by Venus. The person is starting his dasha sequence with the Venus, right? And you have heard that Venus is the time period for 20 years, right? And here he is not having the complete 20 years into it. He will have some area balance dasha to it. Okay, here he's only having it 19 years. It depends upon the Moon's degrees. Okay, and we calculate it. It has a formula to it. We will calculate the degrees, which is like 800 for each nakshatra. Then we will deduct the degrees of that um, moon placement from the 30 to get the Rashi sequence. We'll multiply it by 60 again, and then we'll divide that by 800, and then we'll get the fraction. Okay, but nowadays we simply get it through the software. Okay, but if you have to do it manually, this is the process, and there are alternative methods as well, but I have not mastered them. I simply know this method, and there are other methods as well where in the moon's longitude, and it is adjusted for 11 hours and whatnot. It is complex. I have not mastered it, so I cannot teach you that. But yes, the moon's placement is, and that's why when you are using Vimshottari Mahadasha, you're already using Nakshatra for making predictions in your life. Okay, and the one of the important things about Nakshatra is if you have a well developed moon side to your personality, if you have a lunar inclination, like you are inclined towards the lunar things, which is about feelings and emotions, you will adapt to the nakshatra energy quickly. And if your energy is more like a solar energy, which is concrete, about logic, and then you will be more drawn towards the Gemini astrology. Okay, but that is for some other day. Right now, let me see. Right, so another thing to look out in the Mahadasha is, we talked about Pariyantara Dasha. Now you will see the planets here, all the different planets here. First thing you have to do, let's say if this person is going through Venus Mahadasha, first thing will, where is Venus placed in? Placed into the 8th house. Which are the houses it is ruling? The 2nd and the 8th. Okay, what is the, you know what is the element, like what is the essence of the planet? Like Venus is about luxuries, comforts, relationships, marriage, beauty, right? So what it is from the moon. So we'll also check all these things, we'll repeat it from moon, we'll note them down. Then the most important thing you can do here is, let me save this, clear this, is if Venus is, if you're going through the Venus Mahadasha, you will simply rotate this chart to Venus. Wherever Venus placed in, you will simply rotate the chart to that house, right? And then you will check all these things again. Which are the houses ruled by Venus? Which are the houses which is aspected by Venus? Then you will have better understanding. So for this person, ascendant is Pisces, but during the Venus Mahadasha, he will be influenced under the Venus, and he will feel like this chart. Okay, this is called as Dasha Lagna chart. This is also one of the important ways to analyze dashas. Okay, and again, if you want to add the element of transit to it, you can apply the transit, but don't get confused right now. That's why I'm not adding it here. Otherwise, you can simply add the transits as well. Okay, but for this time period, he will have Saturn in the 4th house. So this person, if this is the chart of a person, if he is going through during the Venus Mahadasha, you can expect loss of sleep, right? Why? Because Saturn is in the fourth house, right? So when Saturn is in the fourth house and is aspecting the Dasha Lagna, see now the aspects, conjunctions, nakshatra, exchange, everything as if this is a birth chart. Apply it, and you will have beautiful results. You will have far deeper understanding about yourself than anything else, because yogas are complex. There are thousands of yogas, if not more, and we hardly know 50 to 100 yogas. How many we can remember? Hardly 100 yogas, 200 yogas, more than that, right? But there are thousands, and those yogas, let's say this let's say this Jupiter and Moon is creating a yoga, certain kind of yoga in one's chart. This is creating a Gajakesari yoga. Okay. So during the Moon's Mahadasha, I will check for the Jupiter period, right? So I will look for this period. Now, the yoga which was like, which was the combination of this and this, they are associated with each other, kendra from each other, Gajakesari yoga. So I will experience this yoga, whether it is good or bad. We are not getting into that, but you'll experience this yoga during this time period, right? So let's say if this yoga is going to bring in or shows the promise of wealth because of association of the Moon in the 11th house, or all other aspected by Jupiter. So let's say he's going to have a unique yoga for wealth, right? But that is not going to get fulfilled unless he goes into that Moon Jupiter or Jupiter Moon Mahadasha. During that time, he will have the most prominent yoga about this. Okay. So for you, the exercise is go to your chart and check out the two dasha, the Vimshottari Mahadasha and the Antradasha right now you're running through. Okay. Just put them into your comment section as well. And if you know it, or if you don't know it, and if you want to calculate it right here, we can do it here. But I won't be able to do it for all. I can do it for a couple of people, right? But you can do it for yourself. Which two planets you are getting influenced right now? Your Dasha ruler and the Antradasha ruler. We are not going to get into the Pariyantradasha, Sukshma Dasha, and all that. We are not getting into the third, fourth, fifth stage. We are just getting into the second and the third, not first and the second stage, the Dasha and Antradasha stage, right? Now, let me save this. Let me close this. And let me just stop share and go back in here. Now, guys, if you're getting value from this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Okay, it means a lot to me. Okay, so now we are going to cover all your questions. Okay, and if I have missed anything, I'll put it into the I'll put it into the, like, I will reply to all the comments. Okay. Now, let's take your questions one by one. So, yes, hello, my friend. Can't stay long. Wanted to say hello. Yes, hello, Michelle. Hello, Sukanya. Hello, Paul of the Quarter. Freaking awesome. Now, question starts. How to find out when exactly a Mahadasha start to give its result? Because the transformative period of some dashas are very long, especially when you are switching from one Mahadasha to another. Okay, so this is a very good question. So each Mahadasha, if you look at the Mahadasha, let me share the screen. Right. So for each Mahadasha, this is the chart of Albert Einstein, by the way. Okay. So for each Mahadasha, if you look at the Mahadashas, what you will notice is the first Dasha sequence is always with the same planet. What do I mean by that? If I'm starting my Ketu Mahadasha, not Ketu, the Mercury Mahadasha, my first Mahadasha will be Mercury, Mercury. And the sequence will goes on continue. Venus, Ketu, Sun, Moon, Mars, and so on. Okay. Now, again, let me check. Oh, let me check the Ketu Dasha. Ketu Dasha starts with again Ketu Ketu. All right. But after that, sequence remains the same. Venus, Sun, Moon, Mars, Rahu, Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, Ketu, Venus. Right. Next, I'm just showing you that it works for each dasha. So just be with me. Okay. For Venus, Venus, Venus. For Sun, Sun, Sun. Sequence remains the same and so on. Point here is the first Antradasha of each Mahadasha is prominent and is very important. And the transformation begins just before the beginning of the Mahadasha, right here. Okay. So this is the event. This is the place of transformation. You're moving from the Venus Ketu to the Sun. So this is something that you will be under the influence of Sun for next few years, and you're just coming out of the Venus Mahadasha. Okay, this is where the transformation happens, right? Transformation can happen anytime depending upon the lordship. Let's say you are going through the Sun Mahadasha, but Sun is in this eighth house of transformation, or is connected with the eighth house lord, or is connected with the Rahu or Mars. So these things do come in. But answer to your question is what I feel. My feedback is the transformation is just at the beginning of the dasha, and before that, it just creates a background for those things to happen. Guys, if you're getting value, please hit like button and share this video with those who really want to understand about Vimshottari Mahadasha and understand it thoroughly. Okay. Now, Harshit Tayal. Sir, मेरा ऊपर मर्क्यूरी की महादशा, मार्स की महादशा, सैटर्न की पर्यंतर चल रही है. लियो एसेंडेंट सन एंड मर्क्यूरी जेमिना में है सन. I'm not able to visualize, Harshit. I will check your details. Just allow me some time. मैंने एग्जाम दिया है CA 1015. No, I'm not able to visualize all those, but check the first two planets and see if they are connected in any yogas. Okay, that will help you. Nasara Gowda, hello sir, hello. Zara Siok. I'm completing my Saturn Dasha this month. Being Scorpio ascendant, 19 years has been mostly good regarding education and job. Saturn is in fifth house, Pisces conjunct Ketu. Excellent. Great. 43 Angel Lab. Great. Thanks. Sara Sarina, third Pada. Yes, I asked about the Padas, Yeah. Thanks for sharing. EPF07, my eighth and the third Lord Venus. Pushya, Asta. Is it good or not? Please remedy for Asta Venus. I don't know any remedy for Venus, but Asta is combust. So check the degrees. And I've already made a video on combustion of the planets as to which planet gets combust at which degrees. Okay. Here you have to look at two things: whether that planet is moving away from the sun or is moving towards the sun, and how close it is to get burned. Okay, so just check that out and you will get the answers. Pradeep R, from Moon, Venus in 8 in Libra Lagna, Venus in 12 in Libra. Going through Venus Mahadasha, how to see 8th or 12th. Yes, when you go through the 8th and the 12th, you also have to check the other houses ruled by that planet. Okay, and also check from the moon, get the confirmation. Let's say if you get the confirmation and both are saying that 8th and 12th, so what it shows is, it shows you will have occult and mysticism entering into your life. You will feel like always being isolated. You like to be alone in life, right? So this is how 8th lord and 8th house and 12th house will come into your life. Okay, but yes, Venus Mahadasha, always check Venus period. How was it? Okay, if it is just starting. Next question, Sara Sarina, Rahu Moon Mahadasha, Rahu in second, Moon in fifth, Virgo ascendant. Okay. Rishi Prasad C, love you sir. Namaste. Namaste Rishi Prasad C. Sara Sarina, Moon in Shravana, third pada, Rahu in Chitra, third pada. Yes. Nasira Gowda, Sagittarius ascendant, current Dasha, Venus in 11th house, Libra conjunction with Mars and Saturn, Antra Dasha. It is in 4th house. Let me know when I will get into good job. Okay. Gypsy, it's my birthday today. Happy birthday, Gypsy, from all of us who are online. Ketu Mahadasha here. Excellent. Next is Zara Siok. Mercury Mahadasha, Scorpio ascendant. Mercury is in the 6th house. Aries, conjunct Mars, Moon in 12th. Libra, Mercury rules 8th and 11th. Now, see, Mercury is, when it is 8th lord, it is also ruling the other house, right? So check for the Mercury Mars Antradasha. Zara Siok, please check the Mahadasha of Mercury and Antradasha of Mars. Okay. So Gypsy is asking, how do you read Ketu Mahadasha and Rahu Antradasha? D1 Ketu 11th house Leo. Yes. So when we are talking about nodes, they have altogether different level of analysis required to understand them, but there are, the Rashi and the houses ruled by the Rashis and the houses ruled by the nodes becomes important. In your case, in D1, Ketu is in, I guess, is 11th house and Leo sign. Is that what you're saying? Then help me 100. This is new to me. Yes, most definitely. You can learn about it and you can understand it. But it's important, if you are learning Vedic astrology, you should learn about the Dasha period. Okay, watch all the videos about the Vimshottari Mahadasha by all the YouTubers which you feel you or which you follow. Okay, because each astrologer, each YouTube channel, you will get something out of it, right? Everybody has a gift. You have to choose the best from everybody, right? So watch as many videos about Vimshottari Mahadasha as you can to help you understand this. Okay, or if you want to learn it systematically, step by step, you can also join my 33 days Vedic astrology bootcamp. I have pinned that into this chat. Oh, I'm marketing it. Okay, so Viresh SK, the time between two Mahadasha periods, few months gap. Out of those two Mahadasha, which planet is more powerful? The one which is ending, or the one which is just after few months planet Mahadasha? Viresh, we just talked about it, about when the one of our friend asked about the transformation period. See, when the dasha is ending and dasha is beginning is a crucial period, is a period when you have to understand that there big shifts are happening during that time. But whether it will happen for you or not depends upon your main chart, right? Let's say you are going through Rahu Ketu Mahadasha, or let's say Venus Mahadasha. Where is Venus placed in your chart will determine what kind. Let's say you have Venus in the 8th house, brings in transformation, right? But what if you have Venus placed into the first house, 12th house, 10th house? So your experience will be different. So there is no one line answer to it. But the point here is, at the end of the dasha, it creates a background for the next dasha, right? Let's say you're moving from the Jupiter Mahadasha to the Saturn Mahadasha. So as you go towards the end of the Jupiter Mahadasha, you start feeling serious about life. You lose humor in your life. You start giving more importance to the responsibilities. You become disciplined, and you s- you forget to enjoy the life. You become workaholic. You become slave to your material needs. These are the things which you can experience during the shift of Jupiter and Saturn. Saturn is the planet of success, but it makes you work, 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 right? Or if you're moving from the Mars Mahadasha to the Rahu Mahadasha, what happens during that is you will feel lethargic at the beginning of the Rahu Mahadasha. You will feel, you may not feel like doing anything. Mars is an energetic and aggressive planet, which is all about action. And now when you move into the Rahu Mahadasha, you feel lethargic. You don't feel like doing anything, right? This is how these things play out. Okay. Akshay Deshmukh ji, what result could be expected for Moon Dasha when it is combust and sitting in the 12th house for Taurus Ascendant? See, if it is in the Taurus Ascendant and combust, so it is close to the exalted sun and is ruling the 3rd house, right? And is going into the 12th house of uh, isolation and abstract things. So shows that you will be drawn towards the abstract things in life. These are generic uh, indications. You have to deep dive into what exactly is happening, which houses are ruling. And when you see the chart, you can feel it, what's happening, what's the story, which rashi is coming in, and you will find the sequence. You will find the continuous pattern in the chart. Okay, sometimes those patterns are not easy to identify, but there are certain patterns about every one of us. Okay, so when sun moon conjunct, it's the uh, it's the new moon, and in the 12th house. So it shows a creative person and a spiritual person into the isolation, right? Because it is also ruling the third house of your heart wishes about about the things which you love, right? So yes, help me 100, his or her. Please stop asking questions and listen. Okay. Hector Enric, blessings from Uruguay. Thanks, Hector. 43 Angel AB 828 1967. Angel AB, don't share your birth details here. It won't help you, won't do any good to you sharing your birth details in public forum. Okay. I would recommend you doing it. Please remove it. What do you do with the house rulership of the Ketu? No, Ketu and Rahu does not rule any houses. Okay. For them, it is only about the placements, about the Lord of the Rahu and Ketu. The Rahu and Ketu, we see the Lord of the Rahu and Ketu, and then apply all those things to their rulers. Let's say you have Ketu in the Leo, Rahu in the Aquarius. Okay, they don't rule any houses, and let's say you're going through this Antradasha and Dasha of this planet. So you will see the Saturn and Sun, where they are placed in, whether they are into the connection with each other, creating any yoga, right? Will check all these things, and then we will come to conclusion about what's happening with those nodes. Okay, and you know, guys, I love nodes. I like to deep dive into nodes and understand it even better. But what I have understood is the ruler of the lords of the Rahu and Ketu is very important during their Mahadasha as well. When we are analyzing the Mahadasha for Rahu and Ketu. Okay. So next question is Paul Duran to 22nd February 1997. Lindsay. Paul, please don't share your birth details in a public forum. It won't help you. Neha Shituji, Moon Rahu. Yes, I asked you about your sequence and she has put it as Moon Rahu. Excellent. I think you have Gemini ascendant and now you have Moon Rahu, and Rahu is in the second house, right? How do you read? Yeah, we talked about this. Then Bakia Gopal Krishnan, sir, I'm Aries ascendant, Rahu in the third house, Capricorn moon, Rahu Dasha started. What can I expect? Aries ascendant, Rahu in the third house. See, Rahu is in the third house in the sign of Gemini. So the ruler of the Gemini, which is Mercury, is going to rule your Rahu and becomes important for you. So any kind of transit, all the nakshatras ruled by Mercury, all the signs ruled by Mercury, the placement of the Mercury from the Lagna, from the moon, all these things you have to analyze to understand what's happening with your Rahu. Right? You have to understand the Lord of the Rahu and the Lord of the Ketu. And one more advanced point for you guys is you have to understand the Lord of the Rahu is your future. And Lord of the Ketu is things which you have already achieved. Now that Lord of the Ketu is placed somewhere in your chart, Lord of the Rahu is also placed in somewhere in your chart. The condition of the Rahu's Lord, its placement, and if it is its dignity and how it is feeling, all these things makes a lot of difference on what exactly Rahu is going to bring in for you. Even more, if the Lord of the Rahu conjunct with Ketu, Lord of the Ketu conjunct with Rahu, it goes on to the next level of intensity. Okay. So you have to analyze all these things before doing the Rahu Mahadasha. So for you, if you have Aries ascendant, Rahu is in the third house, check Mercury, and check which Vimshottari Mahadasha, like which Antradasha you are going through. Are you going through Rahu Mercury? Then it becomes even more important for you. Okay. Are you going through Rahu Mars? Because Aries is ruled by Mars, then also it becomes important. Okay. Shweta Singh is saying hi. Hello, Shweta ji. Neha Chitut. I have Moon in 11th house, Rahu in 2nd house, Taurus ascendant. I have Moon Mahadasha, Rahu Antradasha running at the moment. Excellent. Gypsy, it's my birthday. Do my chart. Sure, we'll do it. Help me 100. Do you have advice on D1 versus D9 Vedic? Someone that is very uninformed. You can go and watch the videos. I have almost like 4 to 5 videos on D9 and D1. Most definitely, you can go and watch them. Okay, so help me 100 Gypsy. Happy birthday, Gypsy. I think I wished him. Okay, 43 Angel AB. Yes, I wanted to know when will my moon actually help me. Okay, Pearl of the Court. My Ketu Dasha experience was excellent. Wow. Because Ketu and Mars are similar energies, does it mean that my future Mars Dasha will be good too? Mars and Ketu are also conjunct in my D1 in the 1st house. Yes, when you have two planets connected with each other, it shows their association, and their association will bring in the similar result. Okay, so your Ketu Mahadasha was a good experience. Now, another Dasha Lord, you're moving into the Mars Mahadasha, and your Mars Mahadasha, the Lord Mars, is also conjunct with the Ketu, right? So it becomes like the Ketu becomes like a Mars, and it gives you the good results. So yes, you can expect the similar results like Ketu during this time. Excuse me, just a sip of water. Now, next question is, help me. I want to know about this effects. A lot of Shravana moons here today. CB Sifia Abu is so cool. Wait, can Rahu and Jupiter Dasha be same, as I have conjunction of Rahu plus retrograde Venus plus Jupiter in Libra, all in Vishakha Nakshatra, but Jupiter is in Pushkar Navamsha. Why do you think that you will have the similar experience about Rahu and Jupiter? Just because they are in the same house? Yes, when they are associated, as I said about the Ketu and Mars, if they're associated, yes, they will bring similar result. But again, the lordship of the Jupiter has the lordship, which the nodes doesn't have, right? So they will have a different results than nodes. Okay, guys, if you're getting value from this video, don't forget to hit the like button. It means a lot to me. Next is Yash Gupta. Can you please tell me how will my Rahu Mahadasha go? My Rahu is in 12th house and is conjunct with Mars, and I'm Virgo ascendant, and my sun is Virgottama in the sign of Virgo. Okay, so from what information you have shared, I can see that Rahu is associated with the 12th house, which is about the foreign things. So do you have any foreign element with your life? And also, I want you to stay away from any kind of addictions. Yes, Chief. Okay. Now, next question. Zara Siok. Mercury Mahadasha is just starting November 2021. What should I do checking Mercury Mars Antradasha? Yes. Now, once you know that you're into the Mercury Mars Antradasha, your job is to check what's happening in your chart with respect to Mars. Which Rashi the Mars is ruling? Where is Mars placed in your chart? Where your Mars is placed in relation to the Mercury, which is a Dasha Lord, whether it is aspecting or, check it. Just like I shared the steps to do it, I will share it with you for download as well if possible. Let me see. But the point here is you will have to see the association and see the effect. But most definitely check what's happening in Mars for your ascendant. Let's say if you're Leo ascendant, it becomes Yoga Karaka for Cancer and Leo. So after that, after if your ascendant is Leo and it's Mercury Mars, it's altogether different. Okay, so check those combination as well. So Sheetal Digra, sir, mine Jupiter Mahadasha in third house, Antaradasha of Mercury in 12th house is going for Libra ascendant. As a student, I work hard, but why this combo not gives you result in combo? Why do you think this combo is not giving you results? Okay. Zara Siyok, I just changed my job and got hiked right before Mercury Mahadasha at the end of the Saturn month. Excellent. Seema K. Jupiter Dasha, Venus Antardasha, Jupiter in fourth, Venus in third. Which house get activated? Capricorn ascendant. Of course, the house is ruled by Venus, which is like the fifth house, which is the Taurus sign, and the 10th house, which is the Libra sign. Viresh SK, thank you, sir, for answering my question. Thank you, Vireshji. Vaikom Nilpa, sir, I have Jupiter, Venus, and Mars in ascendant in Pushya Nakshatra for Cancer ascendant, Moon in Satavisha Nakshatra, Saturn in Shravana Nakshatra, Sun and Mercury in Rohan. Which dasha will I get job? I don't know. Akshaya Boble, what kind of mindset one should set for Rahu Mahadasha? Rahu in 12th in Libra, Venus in 8th, Ketu with Moon conjunction in 6th in Aries, Mars in 11th house, Scorpio ascendant. What kind of mindset? Rahu Mahadasha, Rahu in 12th house for Libra side. Okay. So whenever you have Rahu into the 12th house, it shows that you have great work ethics. Okay. It shows you have to be careful with talking to your subordinates. They may not be high work ethics as you are, but you have to be easy on them. It's like a generation gap, right? You just have to be easy on them and stay away from any kind of addictions. I always say that whenever it is nodes, they always bring in the compulsive behavior. And addiction is also one of the compulsive behavior. And this addiction may not be always of um, like wine or cigarettes or coffee, but it can also be of the people. We can get addicted to people, right? So just stay away from getting addicted to anything. Sonali Gupta ji, Saturn Mahadasha ending in November 2020. Saturn retrograde in the 6th house with Moon Virgo ascendant. How it will affect my life next Mahadasha? So next Mahadasha, you will be running through the Lagna Mahadasha. So you will feel healthy, you will feel good about life, and you will also get the recognition in your life because it is also ruling the 10th house of your recognition. Now, when Saturn is in the 6th house, I love Saturn in the 6th house and I love Saturn retrograde. Okay. And now, yes, you will experience very good results with respect to Mercury, especially health related issues. Like you will be conscious about your health. Remember, the Virgo is also the 6th house in the natural horoscope, which is about analyzing things. It is about diseases, but it is also about analyzing things. Like you will be conscious. You'll be conscious about dieting. You'll be conscious about what you eat. You'll be conscious about uh, anything which is healthy. Okay? Lagna, which is your physical body. You will transform your physical body. Prince Epi, Sir, mine Rahu Mahadasha in second house and Mars Antardasha in second house. Yeah. Okay. So next is V. Will one's ascendant change if they relocate? If yes, then how does it impact the person in that particular dasha? This is an interesting question. Very good question. Uh, in Vedic astrology, there are few techniques which we can use, but there are there is one technique which is uh, more like a Western technique wherein we simply change the ascendant according to where we are locating and see the prospects. This is a one way of looking at it, but there are few techniques which will able to help us how we connect with certain countries or certain part of the world. Okay, yes, it is possible. And moving out from one place to another can be seen with dasha, but whether that will be whether this city will be good for me or whether this city will be good for me, uh, dasha won't be able to tell you. Dasha will show you that okay, you will be having a terrible experience, okay, or you will have excellent experience, right? It's just that you will feel like doing those things and you will end up having the experiences indicated by the Vimshottari Mahadasha. Okay. Next, Lisa, what would be the result for Venus? What will be the result for Venus Mahadasha in the 11th house and Saturn Antradasha for Sagittarius ascendant? Sagittarius ascendant, so it is like 11th into the 11th. So you are Aquarius ascendant and you have Venus into the 11th house. No, you have Sagittarius ascendant. So you have Libra into the 11th house. And Saturn, where is Saturn placed in, Lisa? Please share. Viresh, when going one planet Mahadasha, the that planet conjunct with other planet which have the highest degree, then planet going Mahadasha is that. No, that's a totally different concept. Jupiter Mahadasha, Saturn, Antradasha, Virgo ascendant, Jupiter in the fourth house. Yes. Excellent. No, Niyashuti, no, I have Taurus ascendant. Okay. Yes, you have Rahu into the Ardra into the second house. Yeah. I was in the, I thought you have Gemini ascendant. Yeah. Anu Soni, sir, in Taurus ascendant, how is going my Saturn Dasha, which is about to start? Saturn is with Sun and Mercury in the second house. Saturn is combust. Yeah. So Saturn is a Yoga Karaka planet for Taurus ascendant because it is ruling one Kendra house and one uh, trinal house. So yes, any association of other planets like Saturn with Sun will enhance the results of this otherwise Yoga Karaka planet. Okay, very good placement to have. Isha Bhattacharya, if looking for particular area of life like career for the Vimshottari Mahadasha, can we consider both the D10 chart and the D1 chart? I didn't get your question. Gypsy, my next Mahadasha will be Venus starting from 25. First is Libra, conjunct Jupiter, Moon, opposite 7th house Saturn. Yeah. Sheetal Digra, Saturn 6th house, Sade Sati starts in 2020. Saturn transits 4th house for Libra. Ascendant, it's not giving good results, sir. Can you suggest Saturn transit? Yeah, as I told you, don't give much importance to transit unless you're analyzing the dashas. Okay, so just I've shared the I will share the template with you, the things to look at the Vimshottari Mahadasha. Just check them and you will understand why this Saturn is you feel that it is challenging. Okay. Bakiya Gopalakrishnan, Rahu in Gemini, Mercury and Venus in 7th house, Aries ascendant, Capricorn moon, Rahu Mahadasha started. Is Aries ascendant. So Rahu is in 3rd house. Yes, and Mercury and Venus in the 7th house. Yeah. So it will again check the ascendant and also check the Rahu's Nakshatra. If any planet is placed into the Rahu Nakshatra, like Swati, Shatavisha, Ardra, those planets will also get activated during the Rahu Mahadasha. And if they are placed into the good signs, they will bring in the good results. All the planets are sitting and waiting for their turn to unfold. Even if you have the biggest Raj Yoga, it won't get manifested until it's their time. It's the Dasha and Antardasha. Okay, this is how it gets unfolded. Now, Asthita Rao. Sir, my Mercury is in the 10th house with Sun for Aquarius ascendant and Ketu is in ascendant. What will be the result? Please tell, sir. Presently running through Mercury Mahadasha. Mercury is in the 10th house, right? And for Aquarius ascendant, Mercury rules the 6th house, and it rules the not 6th house, it rules the 8th house, and it rules the 5th house. Okay, so you have to consider these two houses and their significations to see what's happening. But anytime when you have any planet into the 10th house, it is always welcome. It is always about, it always bring in some kind of work, and it gives you recognition in some way or the other. Okay, guys, if you're getting value from this video, please share this video with your friends and family, and please hit the like button. It means a lot to me. Viresh SK. Viresh, I have already answered your question. Don't put your query multiple times. Okay. Poromita Sandukan. I'm Libra ascendant, Swati Nakshatra, and Moon in Mrugashira Nakshatra. How will be my Saturn Mahadasha? I'm not able to visualize it right now. Preeti Daftari, Jupiter Mahadasha, Saturn Antradasha. Okay, Jupiter, Saturn, both in 7th with Rahu, Aquarius ascendant. Excellent. When you will get fame, I don't know. For fame, you have to check Arudha Lagna. Also, you have to check the Rahu's Mahadasha as well. But you having Rahu into the Leo sign shows you have ability to connect with media, cinema, or all those areas. You can work into that areas. Okay. My thet, Sir Mahadasha, we should check D9 chart too. Thank you. No, for Mahadasha, you just check the moon and the degrees of the moon and the Dasha ruler of the moon Nakshatra. Seema K, thank you. 00 Scorpio, and I think we have answered this. Shanti Sharma, sir, my Rahu Mahadasha is happening into this. Okay. Now, Jyoti Mishra, Cancer Lagna, Sun with Ketu, 12th house, Sun Mahadasha going on, career aspects. Yes, first thing, you don't have to be first all the time. Okay, you don't have to be first all the time. Be easy on yourself and you will excel in your career. Okay, Jyoti. Shweta Mantriji, Shani Mahadasha, which is Lagnesh, sitting retro exalted into the 9th house, Venus in the 1st house. Excellent. Asthita Rao, sir, I'm Aquarius ascendant. Ketu is in Lagna and Saturn in retrogression. Okay, is forming Parivartan Yoga. So how will Jupiter Mahadasha will be? For Aquarius ascendant, Jupiter is ruling the 11th house and the second house. Okay, so both these houses are wealth giving houses, and Jupiter is with. Don't get into Mandi and Gulika right now. Okay, just check the lordship and see the effect. Okay, and up till the two dasha, that's enough for us. I want to know about Ketu Mahadasha in second house, Libra sign. Okay. It literally means nothing standalone. Okay. You have to analyze it thoroughly as we discussed until now. Lisa, Saturn placed into the fourth house aspects. Please answer. Okay. I forgot your earlier planetary placements. Apologies. Shweta Mantriji, what happens in Mahadasha? Does its house signs also gets activated along with its yes, correct, exactly. So it's also about the placement of the planet itself, and the houses ruled by that planet gets activated. Yes, you got it right. Excellent. Neha Chituji, what should I expect during this Moon Mahadasha and Rahu Antradasha? Moon is ruling the third house and it is into the second. It shows you have to focus on your needs. Simply one sentence I can see for you is you have to focus on your needs. Asthita Rao, sir, I'm Aquarius ascendant and my Ketu is in Lagna. Rahu is in 7th house in Purva Bhadrapada. So, sir, how will be my Rahu Mahadasha? Please share. Yes. Ema border Bronder Hasta ascendant Ketu 5th Shravana with Venus Shravana, Jupiter and Saturn in Hasta, Sun in Dhanishta, Mercury in Shatabisha, Mars in Shatabisha 6th house, Punarvasu 10th, and Rahu Ashlesha 11th. Any spiritual recommendation during Ketu Mahadasha? See, each Mahadasha has its own element, natural element. Just like if you are going through the Saturn Mahadasha, it will make you work. Simple, right? But for Ketu Mahadasha will bring in some spiritual element into your life for sure. Whenever you are into Ketu Mahadasha, it will bring in certain spiritual element into your life. It will make your life revolve around spirituality. Okay. So yes, Irma Bronder, yes, most definitely you will experience something profound around spirituality. Dimpy Dhani, how long it may take to cover up in Mercury Mahadasha areas like work, marriage, etc. Things got delayed during Saturn Mahadasha Mercury. No, it's not like covering up. It's just like you will feel good when you are just coming out of the Saturn Mahadasha, because you have come out of complete 20 years of work, right? So you feel refreshed, you feel relaxed in Mercury Mahadasha. Okay, no, don't think like it covering about it. Kishi Mishi Craft, sir, I am Sagittarius ascendant. My Mercury Dasha is about to start. My Mercury is combust and conjunct with Sun in 10th house. What will be the result of my Dasha? I think it will be excellent, because for Sagittarius ascendant, the not Venus, Mercury rules the 7th and the 10th house, right? And both these houses are the houses of career. 7th house is 10th from the 10th, right? And 10th house is about career. So this Mercury will bring in a lot of positivity in your career, will bring in recognition for you as well. Now, Mona, running Moon Mahadasha Mercury Antradasha, Moon in the fifth, is with the Sun in the ninth. I think I have seen right now in this stream itself at least three people with Mercury in the 10th house. Amazing. Thank you, sir. Gurunath Joshi, Shanti Sharma. Please answer my question about Rahumadasha. I already answered this. Okay. Now let's talk about, yes. Okay. So guys, this was Vimshottari Mahadasha. As much as I could have hold, grasp, and share with you guys, we have a lot of questions right now. But if you want to, if you still have any questions, you just put them into the comment section. I will read them and will reply to all of them. Okay. And if you still have any questions, you can reach out to me on Instagram, and you can join me on my 33 days Vedic astrology bootcamp as well. Or if you are looking for readings and consultation, check out my website as well. Okay. Thank you for showing interest in my work and for your love and support. Sending you tons of positive energy, sending you high vibrations, love, and peace. Namaste.